Part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Montez. That's complete to the former Aggie, Jay Sternberger. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. Good footwork at the 30. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Brady and the Buccaneers here, 1st and 10 at their own 37. To throw, it's Brady. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From midfield, here's Brady. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Here's Brady to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Chase Young. Excellent job on that play. A big loss. 18 yards. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Brady looking deep downfield. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
To throw, Montez. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation. would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Lavonte David. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
So after the INT, it's Brady. This one swung out here to Jones. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Succop's kick is good, and the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Here's Montez. They'll roll him out right. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And taken right at the 35. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game, but this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. Oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
Brady now on first down. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 35. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Brady. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Brady. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Evans. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And Gronkowski's got it, complete over the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now Jones, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
They'll try again with Jones. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Jones, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, his 6th touchdown of the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead grows to 10-0. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. He'll look to throw. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. So, CD, you talk about this football team, some of the whispers and reports, the social media posts, they hint at a locker room that's splintered, badly splintered. There was talk earlier, some guys might walk away entirely. But that hasn't happened, however, at least to this point.
No, and sometimes some of that talk is just that, talk. I mean, guys often say, that's it, I'm out of here. And then they realize, I'm not ready to retire yet. What am I going to do now? And they're really ready to come back and dive back in. In fact, we've got guys who are wearing gold jackets in the Hall of Fame. They talked about retirement the last 6-7 years of their careers. So that's not always real. And sometimes you just have...
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. And he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he's brought down. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes our score 17-0. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Hey, what's the ball? What's the ball? 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. 54. Rip right.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Come on, Roy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now
his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 yards there, just like last play. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point put through by Succop. And the rout is on here in this first half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Lavonte David. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him.
And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big. That's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game? And that may have been one that just did.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. 7 yards, the pickup there. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. He'll look to throw. He'll find Gibson here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Tanner Muse with it. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. because otherwise you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen, and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel in the final seconds of the first half.
And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
On play action, now Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 39. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Lavonte David making his presence felt in the backfield. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Gibson here running out of the gun.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. This is fielded at the 7. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, one play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback. You get a little confidence in it.
And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
Antonio Gibson is an absolute dart with the ball in his hands, and he can make you miss and he can run over you. Took a little while to crack the starting lineup as a rookie, but boy, was he sensational when he did. Went for 115 yards and 3 scores in a Thanksgiving Day clobbering of the Dallas Cowboys. And Washington, they thought they had a real find when they took him in the 3rd round last year, number 66 overall, and he justified their decision.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down.
A handoff for Gibson.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the 2nd half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Gibson. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 2nd and goal from the 1.
They run the toss now with Gibson.
And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Gibson.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Antonio Gibson
hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the traders take a look, we'll step aside.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a play fake. Brady. Rolling to his left. He's got it complete to Gronkowski. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. On 1st down, Brady. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Chase Young picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Play action, now it's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. Gronkowski's got it on the crossing route. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a 1st down. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a 1st down. 47 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. First down and much more here for Jones. And down to the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen. Well, no doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll stay on the ground. Ballage again. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again to Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Buccaneers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any nowhere to go. Here he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The fumble on first down. Now here's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Let's go.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Gibson, complete. That catch good for only a couple.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to let it fly. And this is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his third touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to cut into that deficit. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Brady going to throw here. He's going to let this one go deep. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 34. Now Brady. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw is Brady. That's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Back to throw, Brady. Going up top. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, 66. Mike 52. Mike 52. Watch the run. Watch the run. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. In your face. 52's the Mike right here over there, right? 52's the Mike.
Brady to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right?